Okay. Yeah, let's get started.
Yay.
Okay. Okay, welcome to the show. This is Mistress of Reads, where we read about one book a week and talk about it. We also have our side reads, the kind you don't tell nobody about. So, this is the first show, our first episode doing it our own way. And I'm on the line with
I
Vu,
am, yes, Vu.
Vu, or Mistress Vu, if you're naughty. Or nice. And I am Mistress OP or Miss OP or Miss O, depending on who you are, because, I have a weird name and I answer to just about anything at this point.
The
So,
story of O.
yeah, today, no, like, that's a scary book. Like, that ain't a fun book. That's just like 50 Shades. No, it's not. You
No,
haven't read, obviously, you haven't
that
read
is
this
story of
book.
O is very is a it's
It's a
very
sick
deep into the lifestyle, so to
it,
speak.
it's not even in the lifestyle. It's deep into sickness. That's what it is. There's lifestyle and sickness, but we'll talk about that another time. Today is January 31st, 2016, and welcome to the show.
My birthday is a week away.
And we won't talk about how old you are, and we won't talk about how old I am. We'll just say happy birthday.
That works for me.
So let's get into the news. All right.
Yes.
So Kate
This
Daniels news.
Kate Daniels news, yes. There is another series that's based in the Kate Daniels universe. The series is the Grey Wolf series, and the first book is Magic Stars, starring our boy Wonder, Derek, and Kate's often, at least to me, annoying daughter, adopted daughter Julie.
Well, fuck you, bitch.
She gets on my nerves. What can I say? She just
I
does
love
dumb
Julie.
shit.
I love Julie because she has so much potential and we don't know it yet. And she hasn't leaked that much potential in the series. So we don't know where this is going. And she has an axe and I love axe fighting. So I don't care.
I can dig the axe as long as she doesn't do something stupid. Because there was like so many things that she should not have done, but she thought it was a good idea.
Well, there's a lot of things that Kate shouldn't do, but she thought it
Well,
was
it's
a
like
good idea.
let's go kill ghouls with stepdad here and just not call mom about it. Because the whole reason why she fought that fucking giant is because she thought that Julie and Kern were stuck in the fucking mercenaries guild or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I think part of the problem is that Julie wants to be grown up. She wants to be grown up because she really wants to be with Derek. I think she still loves
I
Derek.
don't want her with Derek. I
You know
don't
what?
think she's alpha enough to be with Derek.
Derek Derek should be happy to be with Julie because
No,
Julie
F
is
that
awesome.
noise.
Oh my god, super
I
fun.
think I can honestly, if Julie doesn't end up with the little dragon boy from Magic Tests, I would like to see her with what's his name, Ascanio.
Scotty,
I would like to see her with him.
I have mixed feelings on
They
this
care
guy.
a lot about each other, but in a very weird way.
It's like a brother sister way, but looks at your boobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, see, like I think her and Derek are more brother and sister. And I think just out of like fear alone, I don't think Derek would even touch Julie in that way
Here's
because I'm pretty sure that Kate would castrate him.
But here's the thing. No. Kate already knows it's on the lookout because no. Kate knows because she's even said a couple times. Doesn't he even realize that she's in love with him? And like she said similar lines to that this whole entire series. Like, she loves you. She loves you. It's not that surprising. But the thing about it is technically she's underage. So if Derek was the kind of dude to notice that she had tits at this age, I'd be a little troubled by
Well,
the series.
it seems authors could bypass that whole thing. Look at Karen Marie Morning, her
Which you
fucking
hate, by the
girl.
way. Which
Oh
you
my
hate. I'm
god, I
calling
do
you out.
though, because she's
I'm
like
calling you
the
out.
character Danny is only like 14 years old,
I'm
and the
calling you
book
out.
burned, and
It's
you got the death by sex spade dude stalking her, and this other dude who we're not even sure what he is. We just know that he can't die,
we're
and
I'm
he's stalking her too. And these are grown ass men and a
calling you out.
14-year-old girl.
How can you? I'm calling you out. How can you use an example of something you hate? I'm calling you out. No,
Because
no.
it seems it can be ignored. So
It can be. I've proven it can
It's
be
like
ignored.
illegal?
And proven,
It doesn't matter. It's a book.
I've proven it can be ignored, and
It's
I've also
post-apocalyptic. Age doesn't matter at this point.
I've proven it can be ignored, and I've proven I hate it at the same time. Just saying,
Yeah.
hey, try to talk over the fact that
It's real. I do hate the book. I, I really have tried to go back to those books. It's just really really hard because it's like, how exactly are you gonna do this? Like, are you just gonna suddenly fast forward it and she's 18, or what? Because one's like, thousands of years old, and the other one's like 26, and she's 14.
okay, so
And more news.
in more news, there's a new from the Harry Potter universe. There's a new trailer. There's a new movie coming out. Fantastic Beats and where to Fantastic Beats. I can't say. I want to say Beats. And that song that's just a little too Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic Beast and where to find them coming out in 2016. So God bless that. It might help. It might help England out of their depression because everybody's gonna have a job for a while.
Or at least most of the actors.
Yeah. Well, no, because it's filmed in Scotland and England, correct?
Yeah.
And then it's also filmed in the United States this time too. It has a couple locations,
Interesting.
but it's mostly filmed in places where they're making it look like the United States, correct?
Yeah.
Which is filmed mostly over there. Um, but most of a lot of the actors are like half the cast is United States, half the cast is UK. I think I think so.
I don't
Uh,
know. I can't tell you for sure because I haven't read that much on it. I've just read little blurbs here and there.
but it takes place in New York.
New
Uh,
York.
because this guy brings a bunch of fantastic beats.
I want a pair of fantastic beats, sir.
Well, if it was a black movie, it would be, and the car would be like a the trunk would be a car, and like fantastic beats and where to find. But it's both written by J.K. Rowling and the screenplay is by J.K. Rowling. Hello.
Really?
Yeah, both ideas. And directed by David Yates. It still has, I would say that it is actually even a more adult theme. Than it's not like like bumping boots, but it has like the cinematography is much more adult. Think post it's less of a Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone movie adaptation. It's more of a Harry Potter Order of Phoenix
Oh.
adaptation. The cinematography, style, all of it. It looks really beautiful. Actually, it looks really beautiful. And keep in mind that this is also a semi period piece, so it's taking place in like the 1920s. I think it is.
Oh, so like Dumbledore time.
Yeah, it's taking place around the 1920s. So you're looking at something that's really just I can see this going a lot of different ways. I know it's going to be a good movie no matter what because I have faith in the JKs. I have faith in the JKs, but at the same time,
I'm like looking at the cast. I'm like, wait, but who's
yeah,
who? Who's who?
it's like at the same time, it's like I'm not. This could go either way. This could go either way.
It could.
It
I'm.
could go either way. But here's the thing: no matter what, Warner Brothers wins. Who Warner Brothers wins no
Warner
matter
Brothers
what.
Satan.
Yeah, no matter what, Warner Brother wins. No matter what, Disney. I think it's Orlando. The Harry Potter world is in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Wins. It keeps JK out there. It keeps the universe alive. And I wonder if we can look forward to getting a screenplay every 4 years from her from now on,
That is a good question.
which is a possibility. It's a possibility. So, what else do we have to talk about? Do you want to have anything to say about this?
Honestly, I just keep seeing in the back of my head like all the Harry Potter fan fiction that's already out there. some of it's pretty twisted, like the Hermione slash Snape uh thing,
Pornos?
where there's a fan fiction where Hermione like doms Snape,
Hermione, yeah.
and yeah. So I'm interested in seeing what else comes out there. It's
Yeah.
pretty
You want to.
twisted.
Here's the thing: it's nowhere near as dark as the Twilight fan fiction. I know I'm on Wattpad. It gets dark as hell.
Twilight itself is dark. I've said this a million times before. That is a child services call waiting to happen.
Slow moving child moving. It's like, uh, uh, there's a scene where he's sitting in her room, and he's watching her sleep, and he's like he has his hand in his mouth because he wants to eat her or something.
Yeah.
I remember just throwing popcorn. I just like my popcorn in the movie theater just sailed. It just sailed through the.
That's just what the like, and yet it was like I love you. Like
So,
no, it's restraining
somebody,
order.
somebody call child services.
And
Somebody
it's
call.
like her dad like completely just checks out that whole parenting thing. Like that was way beyond free range. That was not giving a fuck. And then it was like, you know, and then she has a werewolf that is all up into whatever is in her womb that isn't even conceived yet.
I honestly, I think they needed a way to wrap it up, and I don't think she actually understood how to wrap it up when she wrote the first one. Because you know how when you write a series, you kind of know that you know. Okay, I kind of have the place where I want it to end, where how I want everybody to. It may not get to that point, but you kind of think that. But I think in book two, she was like, "Oh shit, I need to hook this guy up."
Like, but made it worse is like the baby was born and it was yes, we're gonna be young forever and vampires. Oh yeah, give the werewolf our kid. Yeah, fuck that parenting noise. Here, just take them. All right, cool. Let's go back and being fabulous and vampire and let's
it's
sparkle in the sun.
it's a little incesty too because it's like raising somebody to have sex with you.
Yeah,
But no, let's not do a
their
book
werewolf
review of Twilight.
nanny that is almost that is gonna be the sugar daddy in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna do a book review of Twilight because I just don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Okay, so let's keep going, and we got just keep going, just keep going. Okay,
I'm sorry.
so what's on your bookshelf? Is there
Oh
anything that
my
you want to
goodness.
shout out?
Oh God. I think there's very little that we both aren't reading at the same time. Other than Magic Stars, which yeah, I hit the buy button for that sucker too. Um I have I'm currently reading something that's not a romance at all. It is an epic fantasy. It is book two, the Fitz and Fool series by Robin Hobb, and it is a good book. And I'm a horrible person because I actually forgot the title of this book because all that matters in this world is that it's about Fitz and Fool. So
Mm.
I have actually. It's a good series. It started with the Farseer um, trilogy, and it
Oh yeah.
expanded from there. And this is like the and she has this whole it's this whole world, and like all of her series are within this world, and it's good stuff. And yes, I'm actually looking at the title. Ah, here it is, Fool's Quest, book two of the Fitz and Fool series, and
I actually read that series a long time ago.
well, you probably read the Tawny Man or the Farseer, but Fitz and Fool, the book one just came out like last year.
Yeah, I read that series, the Farseer series, like I don't know, like 5, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a while that it's been out. I keep getting mad at Fitz. Like I do. Like there's so much shit. It's like, why are you doing that? Now you can't go back. Why did you do that? But at the same time though, it's such wonderfully done. Now this book I do not recommend anybody do the audiobook if you have listened to the other book's audiobook because his voice actor done fucked it up.
which happens. It's the 50 Shades of Grey effect. If you listen to the audiobook of 50 Shades of Grey,
Let me
you
show
understand
you.
what I'm saying.
Let me show you my playroom. Is he gonna
Yeah,
show me his Xbox?
It's just like you'll understand what I'm talking about when casting does not work out. You'll
Oh, Anna.
okay. So, what's on? I have The Sun and the Moon by Lisa McAdams. That's what I'm currently reading, and also I'm also reading Tight for next week. It's book.
I read Tight.
Yeah,
It was
Tight by
tight.
say her name,
I can't say her name.
Alexandra Toro.
Toro. Blah, blah, blah,
Something
blah, blah.
Alexandra Tora. Yes,
Alexandra
yeah,
Toro.
Toro. Yeah, Toro. Um, and I actually love her as a series. There's like this book called Sex and Lies or something like that. Wicked Sex and Lies. It's amazing. She has this weird way of just like mixing in sex and an actual like subplot, an actual decent subplot to go along with the sex. She does a really good job of it. It's like you feel dirty in some places and you're like, oh, okay. She does a really good job of it. Um, and what else am I reading? I'm reading the Long Knife series by Mike Shepardon, I think his name
Oh.
is. And it's an audiobook series. It's like 10 books now, 8 or 9 books. Um, and it's a female. I tend to like, just so you know, I tend to go for girl power characters and I tend to go for female authors, but this dude does a good job with his girl power character writing from a first I think it's third person male view, third person female view. He does an excellent job. I just enjoy the series.
See, now I have to look it up because that's actually something's pretty good.
Yeah, it's an excellent series. It it has like the one issue I have with it is in the fact that they use 1920 style writing, like style words like, you know, like goodly and things like that.
Uh,
In it as space language. And if you have I don't like historical period pieces. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
when I was a young little witchling, and I started reading like romance novels. I love the historical romances. Now that I'm older, I'm like, no.
Well, you know, I hated historical romances from the time when I figured out that in most of those historical romances there was a crap load of slaves, and one of the historical romances takes back in a period where not
Oh,
that many
I
people
got
care.
one for you. The very first one I read is that the female lead was an indentured servant. The book was I think it was Golden Dove. I think it was what it was called.
No. All right, so let's move it on into upcoming releases. Is there any upcoming releases you're looking forward to?
Oh God. The second book in the Hidden Legacy series, which was isn't slated until 2018. The next Kate Daniels book, which is next end of this year. Chronicles the next Chronicles of Nick Charlene Kenyon book, which is in April, and I think is that it.
Like you blew your little load there. Okay,
I know.
so
I just there's just I read so many series at once that it's just like
uh,
it's like you're waiting for your next crack fix. Like,
okay, so I don't necessarily read it, but Brotherhood and Death by J.D. Robb is coming out. And that's February 2nd, 2016. Fire Touch is coming out supposedly March 8th, 2016 by Patricia Bridges, which is interesting because I love the Mercy Thompson series. I'm a huge Mercy Thompson fan. She was doing something with that series because it came out I think in the late 2000s, early 90 late 90s, early 2000s, I think, for the Mercy Thompson series. It's been a long, it's very long in the tooth.
yeah.
um but she was doing things like a female mechanic and doing things that weren't being done yet, and 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 I like the way it developed. I like the male lead who she finally settled on. I like a lot of things in that series. If you haven't read the series, read the series. Glass Sword. Here's the thing about this series. It's the Red Queen series. It's by Victoria Aveyard, who I probably said their name incorrectly. I'm sorry. Just so you know, I'm sorry. A lot of people have been talking about this series. and a lot of young people have been talking about this. And he's talking about like 18, 20-ish series, and I've had mixed feelings about the series.
Okay.
It's a bit like, it's a bit like my mixed feelings for Twilighty people. And it's not because the book is like Twilight, it's the age group who's interested in it. And I haven't always gotten good recommendations from that age group. You know what I mean?
I do. Don't mind me. I just swallowed
Uh-oh.
water
You there?
wrong. I'm here. Oh.
I'm lagging.
I was here. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I muted and unmuted because I was choking on water.
Open your throat, dear. Okay. um, so Glass Sword series is the Red Queen series has about, let me go ahead, and I should have looked up the GoodReads thing. I'll fix it later. But the series has about 3 books, I think, so far, 2 to 3 books. This is the third book in the series. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or not. I don't know. Um, it doesn't list itself as a trilogy, so it's probably going to be about 5 books total, would be my guess.
I'm getting more and more people recommending to me the Karen Chance books, the Cassandra Palmer series of the Karen Chance books,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna be honest. I don't dislike Clarence Chance. I think she's a great author. However, I don't like Cassandra Palmer. I like her husband's stepdaughter
God, or the
story.
Dampire. The
Yeah, the
Dampire
damn
is
peer.
actually a better book than the actual Cassandra Palmer. Because Cassandra Palmer, the book series was written, began to be written, I think in the 20. When did the book series start? Like 20.
It was the early 2000. Let me.
Yeah,
I can actually have the date in front of me somewhere.
yeah, and she's not a very strong female character. And
2006.
you can't write a series. You never read that many male lead characters who aren't strong male leads. And I think it's becoming an expectation that you have strong female leads. But when you have a strong female lead, or even just a character, I can't explain to you how many ways that I fell out of love with that Karen Chance. I love the series. I love the series. But then I stopped loving it because, and the issue was the male lead,
He was just kind of he just kind of checked out.
the vampire guy. Yeah,
Yeah, he
and he
was just.
switched over to the homeless dude. And I'm like, he looks homeless half the time. How am I supposed to deal with that? I mean, he looks like homeless. I mean, uh, let's not go there. Okay, I have current. I listen to the audiobooks. It should tell you something, because normally getting through an audiobook is getting through an audiobook. There's no big deal. But I couldn't even get through the audiobook. That's just like for me at that point. But Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. It has about it's 4 books currently slated and probably bought. Um, and it was the original book was published in 2015, so she actually is getting these books out pretty fast. Uh, and it won the Goodreads Choice winner. So maybe I need to take this into a different account. And it's a bit like young adult fantasy magic-y stuff. So, take it or leave it. Okay, next book that's coming out is the Black Brothers series that are coming out. This is more urban fantasy ish. Um
And it just always gave me a yaoi vibe. I really don't know why though, but maybe I
there's
should
a
try it
big
again.
bromance. There's a lot of bromantics in this. There's a lot of bromantics. And part of the problem is that it's actually worse than the yaoi vibe. You feel there's jive talk, because it's
Oh,
from the early 90s. It's
oh,
sort of the early.
word.
Yeah, there's jive talk. Yeah, there's jive talk. And it's like, it's not real like urban talk. It's actually jive talk. It's like what people think that urban people sound like. So,
Oh my goodness.
so I mean, I used to like the series a lot, and then I realized that because I was thinking of it as a period piece when I originally read it, and then I realized that her the language was still jive talky, and I'm like, it's this jive talk. So I just kind of fell out of love with it. Okay. So all the guys talk all jive talk. My brother this da 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 da
Oh
da
my
da da.
god.
It's like and then I will say this that she's one of the few established authors who have done a male book, a guy book, uh, with their characters, with major characters, like the major book. She's one of the few urban fantasy authors who have actually just jumped the shark. Because that's kind of what I wish that Kim Harrison had done, in the Harrison had done with Ivy, and in the Hollow series with Ivy and,
You're just hell bent to have Rachel and Ivy fuck.
well, yes, but put me on blast, huh? But, yeah, I kind of wish I was actually hoping for a throwaway, to be honest. With Rachel as the star. Okay. Okay. But
I wouldn't be opposed to Rachel, Ivy, and Kiston.
that's what I'm saying. I wanted a three-way with Rachel, Ivan, Kissing, and I felt like if that series had come out like 10 years later, that Rachel, Ivy, it would have been a three-way for sure. It would have been a three-way by book 6, and not in that weird. You remember that one book that we both read that just totally suddenly turned into like some sort of like, stick your dick everywhere book. You remember?
Yeah.
Anita Blake, like
Anita
the Anita
Blake.
Blake series.
Oh, like it has become a verb. Oh my god, it was so good, and then like they totally Anita Blaked it. Yeah.
Just a hot mess.
It's like we're just gonna have sex with everybody, and it doesn't really matter who at this point.
Oh God, we're 3 pages in and she hasn't been fucked yet.
Oh, there's the other ones that was a Chessie Putman series. I forgot what it's called. Where it's like she's a junkie, and like she ends up sleeping with like her drug dealer's enforcer, and then she ends up sleeping with like her other drug dealer.
I was like, you know what? There's been very few books in my life that I did not finish, but I put down the book. I just walked away from it.
And it was
Okay.
like it was crazy.
Okay. So the next book that's coming out is in April 5th, 2016, and it's the one with you from the Crossfire series. Did you read the Crossfire books?
No, I did not. I'm putting it on my list.
No, here's the thing. I have mixed feelings. I
Okay.
know you're not gonna like it. But it's like I don't want to give it away, but it goes sideways. And when I say sideways, I mean like the plot becomes so unbelievable, but you still kind of just read it just because you've been reading it. But the plot's so sideways that you just not interested anymore.
Oh my god.
In a series. But this series has actually been picked up by, I don't know who, but it's been picked up by to become a TV series.
Ah.
Seriously,
Oh, kind of
seriously,
like what they did with the magicians.
yeah, seriously. Well, it's like it's going to be a TV series, not like 50 Shades was, but like not like a long like 1 hour or 2 hour movie type miniseries. It's actually going to be a
So it's gonna
series.
be on. Okay, so it's not gonna be on like Lifetime, right?
And finally, rounding it out for the upcoming books. And if you have upcoming books you want us to read in the upcoming books, please just leave a message or whatever. Um, the the Obsession by Nora Roberts. It's coming out in April 12th, 2016. I'm
I
not.
love Nora Roberts. I
I'm not.
do.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I do. I totally dig Nora Roberts. I always have since I was a little me, like reading romance. Her magic books, like with the Donovan family
Mm-hmm.
and the Fairy Island. What's it called? There was the Fae books. There was the Three Sisters Island trilogy. There was the Key trilogy. Um, the Flowers trilogy. The Bride trilogy. Like she's had so many, like just really good series that I really liked a lot.
Okay, so let's pull it into our actual back at the start again because we didn't hit record. Didn't want to say nothing, but crap happens. I gotta
Yeah.
be honest. Gotta keep it real. Okay, so here we go. So here we are in our Innkeeper's Chronicle review, and this review is being reviewed by Boo and O. So Boo, you
Yeah.
first. What, you don't like Boo and O? O and
I
Boo.
no, I don't care. It sounds like a brandy.
Well, then we gotta get our drink on then. You know what it sounds like? A peach brandy, like a peach, like a pear or peach, something that's not normal, that's
Momo
been
flavored.
distilled. Something that's not, the stuff that,
Pomegranate brandy.
yeah. Or you know what it also sounds like?
What?
Prison juice.
Prison punch.
Prison. Like, I see the dude right now taking his fruit cup salad, just mush.
Oh my god.
Talk about gotta get this booing. Oh yeah.
It's a fruit cocktail and potato peelings from the kitchen.
That's so bad.
Oh my goodness. See, if this ain't a sign that we read too much.
It's a sign that we're too in touch with fucking prison culture.
Well, it's the books that we read, so.
Okay, so
All right.
let's start out. It's the we're gonna try this one more time.
Okay, one more time. We
And
can
we're
do this.
keeping this in. We're keeping this in. It's gonna
Okay.
be live on the other thing, so whatever. If you Let's round this out. If you want to hear the whole series in our whole discussion, we're going to have the full discussion about both the books in the Innkeeper Chronicles that were read by both Vu and me. Oh, and you can listen to the whole thing where we're going to drone on endlessly, geekily, and fangirly,
Yeah.
possibly. Or, depending on if we hated the books, because you don't know yet, we're gonna get our shade. It will turn into the shadiest pit you've ever been into if it has to. Just throwing that shade.
Word.